going to mute all of you. Perfect, thank you. And, alright, so let's begin. We'll come to a nice comfortable stance. About shoulder distance apart. Toes pointing forward. Knees will be soft. Hands will be down by the sides. You can have a little bit of space in between the armpit area. And then let's just bring the hands, one hand to the belly and one hand to the chest. And we'll begin by wave breathing. So before we begin this technique, let's just really ground through the feet. Gently tuck the tailbone, align the spine. You can even bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. And I have like a weird thing in my cheek, tongue right now, so it may sound a little weird when I talk, just to let you know. And you can gently close the eyes. We'll just allow the breath to move down to the belly, just in the belly first. Inhaling fully into the belly and exhaling from the belly. Just invite the breath. It's called Dantian breathing. And now we'll just expand the breath, just halfway up now. So we can bring the hand maybe just to the solar plexus. And we'll inhale into the belly first, and then up into the rib cage, diaphragm area. And then we'll just release from the diaphragm, release from the lower belly, draw the navel in towards the spine, release all the breath out. Inhale into the low belly, diaphragm, and exhale completely, keeping the heart slightly lifted. Bring the navel in towards the spine, all the breath out. Inhale deeply into the lower two parts of the lungs, and exhale completely. Let's bring the hand up to the chest. We'll just 3-part breath now. Inhale into the belly, ribs, and then chest. And then either exhaling from the chest, ribs, and then belly, like we've been doing, or just keep the heart lifted and bring the navel in towards the spine to press all the breath out of the lungs. So either of those two techniques for the exhale. But see if we can find a rhythm in the breath. And as you breathe, start to feel yourself relax into yourself. Relaxing into your body, relaxing into your knees, softened. And just as we naturally breathe, as we consciously breathe, the nervous system comes online even more. As we deeply breathe, we're doing good work for literally every system in the body. Let's just have a few more deep breaths, completely filling up the lungs and completely emptying the lungs. We'll set an intention for this class, any intention that feels right for you, and we'll just stay in this position for a few more moments here. And as we set this intention, make it a present tense statement and envision it to be true. So for me, it can be, I am healthy and it feels great to be in this healthy body. Or, I love myself and my life just flows in a wonderful way. And have it so it's a present statement, and also add a little description to it so it feels even more real. So my body is healthy and it feels so good to just be in my body. Or anything you'd like. And just repeat it to yourself maybe 3 times. And let's just release the hands. Shake anything out if you'd like. We'll just start by turning the hips and the waist, knocking on the door of life. Arms just floating, gently knocking on the low belly, low back. And you can look over the shoulder, just allow the breath to flow through you. So in the retreat that we were just at, we learned a bunch of new different techniques in yoga and in Qigong. So I'm going to share some with you. Not all today. I don't want to be like a fire hose. Let's bring one hand up to the chest, just underneath the collarbone. Nice. Continue to breathe as we move. And then we'll bring one hand up to the shoulder. Then back to the chest. And then back to the low belly. With the chi belt area. Nice. And then let's inhale deeply. And we'll move from this yang to a yin as we exhale. So we'll just float the hands. This one's called water waves. The hands just float side to side. Nice. And imagine you're skimming your fingertips through a pond. Slowly come back to center. Nice. Awesome. So let's bring the hands, will be like in this mudra. As we inhale, we're going to bring the hands up, open up the chest. My palms are all the way up, still fingertips touching. And then we're going to reach the hands out to the side as we exhale. All the way down. Bend into the knees a little bit. And then we're going to bring the hands back up into that mudra. Then we're going to point it up. Inhale, open up. And exhale, about here, we'll release down. Okay? So we're going to float the hands up. Inhale. Hands come out to the sides. And then exhale down. Inhaling. And exhaling. So, Jennifer, the hands come up. If this feels alright. And then hands, elbows nice and straight. Yeah, great. As we inhale, and we're just drawing in, drinking in this air, prana. Bring it into our center and exhale, release. Just a couple more. I'll have one more. Nice. Let's interlace the hands. We'll just roll the wrists, those cracks. Breathe. A lot of really important, or a really important marma point or acupressure point in the wrist helps to activate, bring online. Alright, let's come to center. Thumb tips touch. We're going to inhale, bring into the chest, turn the palms, exhale, press away. Yeah, nice. Inhale, open the chest, shoulders come back. Exhale, press away, we round gently into the spine, slightly tuck the tailbone. Nice. Inhale, draw in. Exhale, press away. Sometimes when we're tired, it takes a lot of energy to do or to begin a practice. But it's like paddling to catch a wave. It takes a lot of effort to paddle to catch the wave, but then once we're on the wave, we can ride it just by making simple adjustments. So let's inhale, bring the hands into the chest. And then exhale, we'll press the hands all the way up, palms facing up. Inhale here, lengthen through the spine, fill into the torso, and then exhale, palms face down. We're going to squeeze the elbows towards one another, round through the spine, bend into the knees, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, palms face up, shoulders nice and soft. Exhale, palms face down, squeeze the elbows, squeeze all the breath out of the lungs. Nice. Nice. Nice, Paula. Nice, Jennifer. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. All the breath out. Once more. And we'll inhale all the way up. Arms straight but not straight. Slight bend in the elbows, relax through the shoulders, soften through the knees, tailbone tucked. Let's inhale, lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, bring the hands over towards the right side. Side bend here, opening up into that left lung. Breathe. And then inhale up to center using the core strength. And then exhale over to your left. Breathing into the right lung. Grounding through that right foot primarily. Let's do it once more to either side. Inhale. And exhale over to the side. Breathe into that left lung. And then inhale using core strength. And exhale over to the left. Breathe. And then inhale up. Reach up through the hands all the way, straight elbows. And then exhale, reach the arms out to the side. Active palms reaching down towards the ground. Ground through the feet, bend through the knees, tuck the tailbone. Just gently bring the head over to the left up shoulder. Reaching down primarily through that right hand. And just allow gravity to draw the head a little bit closer to that left shoulder. And if you're ready and when you're ready, just start to move the head back and forth. Stretching those lines of tension on the right side of the neck. Next time the chin comes forward, just roll the head over to the other side. Let it hang here for a moment. Just recognizing gravity again, reconnecting with gravity. And then slowly starting to move the head back and forth. Next time the chin comes forward, roll it to center, relax the hands down, slowly pick the head up. And exhale, release. Okay. So let's step the feet a little bit wider. Maybe a little bit wider than shoulder. Maybe it can be very wide, like almost a wide-legged forward fold. We're just going to bring the hands to the knees. We're just going to do a few movements here. So we're going to start one by doing like a wave movement. So we're going to reach our heart and our chin forward. Like we're reaching forward. And then as far as we can reach. And then when we can't reach any further, we're just going to roll into the spine. And then we're going to slowly roll up. Keeping the hands on the thighs. And reaching forward. And coming down. Keeping the knees nice and bent. Just a nice roll. Oh, nice, everyone. Really nice. Wow. Really tune into the subtlety of the breath. Just really consciously breathing, fluidly breathing as you move. Inhaling as you roll up. Maybe exhaling as you reach forward and down. So much power in just linking the breath with the movement and the body. So much power. Now let's shift the torso to face towards the right knee. And we'll just do the same movement over towards the right knee. You may feel this slightly in the left side of the lower back. Yeah, really nice. Nice. And so, yeah, we face towards that right knee, and we just keep the torso turned towards that right knee the whole time if that feels okay. And again, finding that breath, finding that power in the soft breath. Next one, we'll do one round to center, and then we'll go over towards the left side. Just notice the difference between the sides. And just staying with the breath. Really tune into that rhythm, that subtle rhythm of the breath. Linking it up in the most effortless way with the movement. One more, and then we'll come to center for 3 rounds. Taking your time, linking the breath. And then after this round, just roll up, standing up, and exhaling down. Nice. Let's bring one hand to grab the other. And we're just going to do full body flow, keeping the feet wide. We're going to inhale, open up, all the way up. And then exhale, we're going to reach forward and down. And then slowly roll up. Exhaling, reaching forward and down, getting a stretch in the hamstrings. Maybe taking a breath or two down here and forward fold. Maybe this is the first forward fold of the day. Relax the head and neck. And then just slowly roll up. And let's create some movement here. So just flowing with the movement. Maybe connecting back with that intention we set in the beginning of practice. Nice, Paula. Really nice. Really nice. Just allow the breath to move through you. We'll have one more round. We'll just inhale up the center line, reaching the hands up, and then exhale, release them out to the side. Nice. Yeah, nice, Jennifer. Awesome. So let's bring the feet maybe a little bit closer if they were really wide. Shoulder distance. And we'll just move into the tiger to move into the legs a little bit more. So we're going to inhale, palms face the body as they float up. All the way up. And then we're going to bring the hips down and back, or back and down, as we squat down, maybe just this far, releasing the hands. So inhale through the nose. As we rise, exhale. As we sit back and down, hands lower down towards the ground. And just move with the breath. Stretches and strengthens the hips, quads. Strengthens our connection with our navel or our low dantian, which is like our energetic foundation. In the yogic theory, there's 5 ways we have movement through the body. So they're prana, apana, semana, vyana, and udana. And it's really nice to recognize how they move through the body. Prana comes in and down. It's like breath. Can be other forms of energy. Just stay with this movement. Apana goes down and out. Really starts at the navel center and moves down. Digestion, elimination, really. Stay with this breath. Nice fluid movement. And then we have semana, which is in the middle of the belly, really. And it integrates prana and apana, balances those two. And then we have udana, which is like singing or speaking, throat up. And then we have vyana, the energy that starts at the heart and moves in all ways around. Hey Trey. Always around the body. So just recognizing that there's 5 ways of energy and how they move through the body is a really helpful way to establish health and just the recognition of effective movement in the body. Let's inhale, hands up and cross at the wrists. And exhale, release. Nice. So hands or hips are probably warm. But just knock gently on the low back. Just up and down on this low back. Maybe down to the top of the glutes. And then up. Nice. And then we're going to slap down the low back, down the outsides of the legs, and then up the insides of the legs to the inner hip points. And then we're going to go around the hips, slap with cupped hands down the outsides of the legs, and then up the insides of the legs. Let's do this once more. Around the outside, down, and up the inside. And just a loose fist, the very inner hip points. So Paula, bring your hands in a little bit if that feels okay. Nice. And just breathe gently. Alrighty, and just release. Maybe open up the palms. See if you can feel anything here at the hips. Let's just connect again to that intention we set in the beginning of class. Have a breath. And exhale, release. Let's bring the hands into loose fists. We'll just knock up and down on the chest, sternum. Inhale deeply, exhale completely. knock down one side, or we'll just knock on the chest with the fist on one side, and then we'll slap with the cupped hand down the inside, maybe to the palm, and then up the outside. Just stimulating the flow of the meridians. Down the inside, and up the outside. And then we'll just flow over to the other side, just 2 times for each on the upper floor. Down the inside, and up the outside. Come back to the chest. Just gently knock on the chest. It's really helpful for the immune system, thymus gland. Inhale deeply. And exhale completely, release. Just close the eyes for a moment. See if you can feel any movement going down the insides of the arms, up the outsides of the arms. Maybe some movement going down the outsides of the legs, up the insides. Feel yourself as an energetic being, really connecting to the earth below us, connecting to the sky above us. Soften to the knees, tuck the tailbone, shake out the wrists and hands, shake out the elbows and shoulders. Just allow the hands to bounce, and then just bounce into the heels of the feet. Breathe into the belly. And during the shaking, inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Feel like your organs in your abdomen are just kind of bouncing around, establishing a little bit of a bigger orbit. There's a certain orbit that happens with all of the organs in the abdomen. And in order for them to stay healthy, they need to maintain that subtle orbit. And shaking can help to establish a healthy orbit. 10 more seconds here. And we'll come to center. Just notice any tingling. Notice any resistance. Notice any sensation. Soften into the knees, close the eyes. Nice. Alrighty, let's bring the hands right in front of the belly, like this, palms facing up. We're just going to move into a few movements here for the lungs. So it's an inhale, Buddha holding up the earth. Palms float up, and they face up towards the sky. Then palms float down, spiraling again to palms face the lungs as they pass the lungs to this original position. So inhale, palms float up. And exhale, palms float down. There's a small gap between the exhale and the inhale. Inhaling up. And a small gap between the inhale and the exhale. Just move with the breath. Let it fill up the lungs. When the palms come up. Really press through the pads of the thumbs. So the meaty part of the palm right there. Really press through that. Nice, nice. Just move with your breath, move with your rhythm. On this next one, let's bring the hands up to the solar plexus. And then we'll press that right hand down, left hand continues up. And we'll press that, let's press that right hand down towards that left hip. Yeah, nice. And then we'll reach up with that left hand and slightly reach over. Nice. Okay, let's release the hands back towards the solar plexus, back towards the heart, bend slightly into the knees. Pinkies face towards one another, the palms face the chest. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other side. That left hand reaches down towards the right hip. The right hand reaches up towards the sky. Nice. And then we exhale, bend slightly into the knees, come back to center. And then inhale over to the other side. That left palm is reaching up towards the sky. Nice. This one's called Between Heaven and Earth. Just move with your breath. It's great for the lungs. Thanks, everyone. Really nice, Jennifer. Breathe. Have one more to either side. Getting those sides of the lungs ready for swimming, Paula. And then we'll just release that top hand down. Nice. Ready. Let's take this left hand and we'll just bring it forward, up, and around. Big circles with this left hand. Bending slightly into the knees as the hand comes down. So there's a little bit of like a full body movement here. And allow the breath to flow in any way that feels right. Reaching all the way up in every direction. And we'll just come to center. We'll do the same with the other. Once more. Nice. Let's take the wrists. We'll just nice, yeah. And a slight bend and straighten to the knees, like we're almost surging the whole body here. Nice. And then whatever way you're doing, just switch it. So it doesn't have to look like this. Breath is flowing. Nice. Really nice. Nice, Paula. Nice, Jennifer. Looks great. And let's just release the hands down. Shake it out for a moment. Now we'll gently, finding a nice stance, shift towards the toes, come up onto the toes, shift back towards the heel, release the heels down, and then we'll just lift up the toes. So heels and toes. I know you can't see that, but just I'm coming up onto my toes, I'm coming back down to my full foot, and then I'm lifting up onto my heels, right where the balls of my feet come up. Just rocking back and forth. Nice. 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 And we'll just release down. Let's move into a few rounds of the fountain. We're going to bring the hands out to the side, palms facing away from one another. And then we're just going to bring the hands towards one another and just roll up the spine. So as the hands come out, the hips go back. And as the hands come in, the hips come in. The breath is inhale as we roll up, and exhale as we release. Yeah, nice. Really nice. Let's have another round. And we'll just release the hands down. Nice. You know, I really want to do Zen circles right now. I feel like that would be nice for the low back. Let's bring that right hand to the left kidney. And the left hand rises like you're taking an oath. Let's rotate the hips and the torso over towards that, your left leg. And then we're gonna hinge at the hips, release the hand down towards that left foot, and then we're just gonna flow over towards the right, and then rise up on this right side. And back of the hand faces the face, and then we just turn, release, and come down. Flow over towards the right, inhaling up, exhaling over and down. Just a couple rounds each side. Yeah, really nice. It's great for the lower spine, the kidneys, helps to establish stillness, tranquility. By moving energy through the kidney meridian, releases fear. Just by doing this movement, deep breathing. Let's have one more here. And then we'll stay upright and we'll just spiral this hand right to our low belly. Just spiraling in, right to the low belly. Sword finger, prana mudra, pinky finger ring tip touching the thumb, pointer finger, middle finger pointing forward. Breathe, and we'll exchange. So now, left hand, right kidney, right hand up, rotate over towards that right leg, hinging forward and down, over and across, and then rising. And just move with your rhythm, move with your breath. Again, really nice for the lower spine. Find a nice ease in the movement, nice fluidity. We'll have one more round. Staying up right now, just rotating the hips from side to side. We're just going to spiral that hand in towards the navel. Like we're concentrating our awareness and spiraling the energy that we've created during this movement into this low belly. And then we come back to that sword finger mudra, pinky finger, ring finger touching the tip of the thumb. Feel like we're plugging into an outlet. Square this back hand at the center of the low back, the Ming Men point, right behind this low dantian. And imagine as you plug in, you're drawing energy into this low belly, and it's expanding all the way back. It's expanding all the way back to fill into that low back, filling into that left hand. Let's just release both hands. We're going to inhale, bring the hands up. Exhale, float the hands down. Inhaling, floating the hands up. And exhale, floating the hands down. Let's bring the tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Inhale, drawing up the spine to the crown of the head. Exhale, allow energy to flow down the face, the neck, heart, solar plexus, navel, pubic bone, all the way to the base of the spine. Inhale up the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale down the face, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, pubic bone, back to the base of the spine as we rise up through the vertebra, all the way up into the neck and head, all the way to the top of the head, and then floating down the face, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, pubic bone, base of the spine. Drawing up the spine, all the way up, and exhaling down, just floating the palms. Let's have once more. Drawing energy up the back side of the spine, all the way up to the crown of the head, tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Flows down from the tip of the tongue, through the throat, the heart, bathing the organs, solar plexus, the navel center, nabi plexus, to the low belly, and just bring the hands to that low belly point. And just breathe into your center. And imagine you're just breathing directly from this low belly. And return back to that intention that we set in the beginning of class. And just have a softened alignment in the body. And see if you can receive a breath. So exhale all the breath out. And then just wait for the body. And see when the body's ready to receive an inhale, just naturally. Instead of taking in a breath, receive it. Stay with the breath, receiving an inhale, allowing an exhale. And in a lot of traditions, we meditate seated. And Qigong we do as well. Keeping the eyes closed, the attention focused, and even as I speak, just stay with the breath. We're going to practice just short standing meditation. Helps to ground ourselves. It's really an amazing technology. Just gently soften through the knees, the hips, gently tucking the tailbone. Soften the elbows and shoulders. Allow there to be some spaciousness between the vertebrae. Softness in the face. You can close the eyes or soften into the eyes. And gently spin your feet. So without actually moving your feet, energetically draw your heels towards one another and your toes away from one another, like you're spinning your right foot out clockwise and your left foot out counterclockwise without actually moving them. And there's an energetic corkscrew action that draws your energy from the earth up, draws your awareness from the earth up. And just allow the breath to be anchored in the low belly. And it just flows up, maybe a 3-part breath. Softness in the hips, and ease and fullness of the breath. And stay with this breath. So as you exhale or inhale, wherever you are, completely focus on this breath. The standing practice shows our tension very quickly. That's why it can be very effective. So as we see our tension, as we see our tightness, resistance, soften into it immediately. And not with a sense of striving, but with a sense of ease, a sense of grace. Allow yourself to be guided in the direction towards softness, towards strength. Soften through the shoulders and neck. Feel your feet completely grounded. Feel that spiral energy spiraling, flowing up the legs. So stay with the breath, stay with this meditation, stay with this breathing. And I just want to quickly bring in an orbit around the body. So in traditional Chinese medicine, how the energy flows around the body. So from the bottom of the feet, it flows up the insides of the legs. Hence why we do the slapping up the insides. It goes to the low belly, that low dantian, and then it goes back towards the base of the spine, back and down towards the base of the spine, and then up the spinal column, all the way up to the crown of the head. Tip of the tongue goes to the roof of the mouth, and it goes to the third eye. From the third eye, it goes to the roof of the tongue, down the tongue, throat, heart, solar plexus, navel, and then from there it goes to the back of the hips or the lower back, and then flows down the outsides of the legs to the feet, and then back up again, up the insides to the navel, and then again it begins. So it's called the macrocosmic orbit, and I just wanted to bring that in for future reference. Let's inhale deeply. And exhale completely, release the hands. Let's bring the hands to the hips and just gently, with the eyes soft or closed, bring them in circles, just gentle circles with the hips. And the other way, you can even bring the backs of the hands to the low back. And then we'll just bring the hands to the chest, and we'll swipe from top down, chest. And then we'll just go swipe one down the inside, one up the outside, and over to the other side, down the inside, out the outside, down, soften into the heart, go down the belly, the back of the body. We'll go down the legs once, down the outsides of the legs, and then up the insides of the legs to the low belly. We'll just circle at the low belly. And let's come onto the back for a brief Shavasana. If you do have to leave, that is awesome. And whatever you need, but we'll just be here for a couple minutes, maybe 3 minutes. Settling into Shavasana. Let's take a couple tension releases. So let's inhale deeply, hold the breath, squeeze the fists, the feet, the glutes, the quadriceps, squeeze all the muscles in the body, upper body, middle body, lower body, and then exhale, release all the tension with a sigh. Inhale deeply when you're ready. Suspend the breath, squeeze all the muscles in the lower body, the mid body, the upper body, face, neck, core, and exhale, release all the tension. Have one more of those. Inhale deeply. Squeeze lower body, feet. Squeeze the glutes, core, face, neck, hands, everything. Squeeze into the center. Squeeze into the center. Exhale, release. Palms facing up, settling into Shavasana. Allow the heels to sink. Allow the body to sink. Allow the breath to just Soften the jaw. Let's please deepen the breath. Going back to this intention we set at the beginning of class. And feeling it as true, this intention in the present moment. I am healthy in my body and it feels amazing to just be, or whatever it was. And move the hands and wrists, reach the palms overhead, morning stretch, walk the feet back towards the body, just rub the soles of the feet together over the hips, rub the palms of the hands together over the heart, stimulate, stimulate, stimulate. Release the feet down flat on the floor, knees bent. Rub the palms vigorously. And we're going to do something a little different. We'll bring the palms to stillness, and then we'll slowly pull the palms away from one another, just feeling some of the energy between the hands. See if you can feel some magnetism or some warmth between the palms, some chi. Just pulse on it a little bit. And then with the awareness of your own healing in your own hands, place that wherever you'd like to place it in your body. Allow the palms to float to that space. And allow the healing in the hands, the warmth in the hands, the chi to just penetrate into the body and receive it. Receive it with a clear mind, an open heart, a strong foundation, a strong body. Let's just roll over to one side now. And then pressing ourselves up to a seated position. And we'll just bring the hands together at the heart center. Bow the head to the heart. We'll lower the hands to the low belly. And then we'll lift the head up. Bring the hands back to the heart. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. We'll have a, I think in the future we'll integrate some class. I guess we'll have a more complete class, but sweet. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Paula. Bye-bye.